So I was at AutoZone, and I'm in there looking for an exhaust tip for my truck, and a lady comes in and she's like, she looks at me because I'm right there, and all the workers are in the back. So she's like, "Hey, can you know where any of the workers are? Are you a worker?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not. I'm not an idiot." And she goes, "Okay." So she waits, and so finally, worker comes over. She goes, "Hi, I need 710." And me being the nosiest person in the world, I'm listening in, and the guy goes, "Ma'am, 710." And I go, she goes, "Yeah, my car for some reason needs 710. It's dry, and the cap says 710." And so the guy goes, "Ma'am, I have no clue what you're talking about." And I was like, "I don't know what she's talking about either." And he goes, "Well, let's go look at it." So I was tagged along. And I go out there. She pops the hood again, and she goes over and she goes, "See?" She points. "See, 710." He looks at her. He looks at me. he turns it over. It says oil.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Welcome back to Out of the Gate. I'm Justin.
And I'm Max.
Coming at you with those jokes today. Oh man.
So it's been a pretty rough week for us.
Yeah.
Justin's been sick all week, and I have been working way too darn much for us to be going into this Christmas.
Oh my gosh.
For what reason they decided to up production, unknown.
Beyond me, that's for sure.
But everybody decided to call in, so yeah, just a lot's happened this week, and honestly, another thing. Today is Saturday. We usually do recording on Sunday, but
yes,
it's raining. We have nothing to do.
Yep. Figure we'll take it out while we can.
Yeah, and tomorrow it's not supposed to be raining, so we're hoping to fight tomorrow.
Yes, we're hoping to get this boxing match in.
So we'll discuss about that too, because I have a couple of questions with him about this too. But into the hot topics. So I want to apologize to everybody since I've had a busy week and he's been sick. That we're not very prepared because we usually I do most of the preparation on a Saturday, and then we go right into Sunday. But today is Saturday, and I'm not prepared at all. So we only have one hot topic, which I think is a pretty good hot topic.
Oh, I think it can go on pretty well.
Yeah. So here's your hot topic, coming in hot. So schools are shutting down and upping upping police due to a TikTok. Was it trend?
Yeah, TikTok trend. I
Trend
guess.
that is threatening schools all over the U.S. Don't know. I haven't heard other than what I heard on the news about it.
Yeah.
I haven't heard the original video.
But
yeah, and again, I can't really. That doesn't really mean much when I say that because I do not watch TikTok.
I never saw the video either.
As much as this guy does.
TikTok's awesome.
Yeah. Okay. So that goes back to when I think it may have been episode 4 or 5
when we were talking about the
I think it was
challenges
5.
and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was probably 6. I want to say it was 6 because I think Jordan was here.
Yeah, maybe.
But it goes back to what I was saying was social media is not a thing to play around with when you come to either jokingly threat somebody.
Yeah, no.
Or because when you're texting something, in a text, you don't know how it's being said.
Right.
That's the one thing I hate about texting people. And you know, this is why I call a lot of people. Because I like to joke around. And for some reason, a lot of the people that we know haven't gotten that yet. I don't know. Even people at work, I'll be like jokingly be like, see what you did? You messed things up. And then they think I'm being serious. I'm like, dude, it was a joke. I joke at work a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And yet they still want me to be promoted, which I don't get. But, TikTok, it just seems like the more people are using it, the more it's getting people into trouble. It's getting people into trouble. It's getting things get out of hand.
I mean,
I don't know. What do you guys say about this?
It's just not only is it just getting out of hand, like in general, but also don't threaten to blow up schools. Like, why are we?
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, yeah. It's a TikTok trend where I guess they're threatening school violence and like bombs and stuff like that. Like, what's funny about that?
Yeah, no kidding.
Why is that a trend? There's nothing funny about that. So many people have died in these school shootings and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And they're going to go around being like, oh, well, we're going to blah, 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 and this and that, and bomb this school and bomb that school. Like, first off, no, you're not.
Yeah.
So don't joke about it.
Yeah.
That's awful. That is not cool. Because then you, like, there are parents that, like, even if school's not getting shut down, there are parents that are rightfully worried about their kids' safety and keeping them home from school. So then those kids aren't going to school that day, and who knows what they're missing. And then they have to do all this makeup work, and then, blah, 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 this and that for, like, no reason. Just because you can't shut up on TikTok.
Yeah. Like I said, social media is a very, very good. It's a helpful tool, but it can also be a dangerous tool as well.
Yeah.
So it just depends on how you use it, and I can only see it getting worse from here. I mean, Facebook has always been trouble, if you ask me.
Right.
But so is Twitter. I mean, Donald Trump is banned from Twitter, and they think that's the end of the world, but I don't know.
Right.
But
just people need to learn how to control themselves on and off the internet, no matter what they're looking at, and it's just mind-blowing.
Like, it is one thing of like joking around about it in person, but to say it online is a bit much, because when you're saying it in person, at least that the person you're saying it to knows it's a joke.
Right, you're saying it in confidence to a person. I mean, probably not the best thing to make jokes out of. But I mean, whatever. But like if you're doing it in person, at least there's confidence between you and the person you're telling it to.
Yeah.
You just throw it out online on TikTok. Anybody can see it.
Yeah.
And everybody did see it, so it's gosh.
Yeah.
Be better.
That's the only thing I've got. Again, we apologize.
Yeah, that was the only thing I heard of this week too.
So basically, this episode we have hot topic. So
yes, hot topic.
Yeah. So let's go right into memes. This one, let me tell you, be prepared for this.
All right.
I didn't notice how many depressing memes I've had on this one.
Oh jeez, I'm gonna start crying.
Don't worry, save that for the movie. So here we go. First one. United States of America. That's how I think the country should be divided. It should just be 3 states all together.
Well, you think Whitney's dad cuts that into states for her?
We need to have her on the show.
Oh, gosh. That'd be funny.
So this next one would be my mom. Literally, this is what I asked my mom. How'd you sleep last night? And my mom would, great, I got a full 40 minutes.
Ain't that the truth? His mother never sleeps.
Well, see, and here's the thing. When I was younger, she would always put them out either 2 nights or on Christmas Eve. The presents out on Christmas Eve or 2 nights before. She stopped doing this by the time I was like 11 or 12. And she started putting them out as soon as we woke up in the morning. Because one, she wanted to really show that Santa ain't real. And then two, I would usually get up during the night and shake the presents and try and guess what they were, and then find out the next morning Santa gave me a lot of broken presents. So a lot of broken toys. So
oh man.
This next one. Usually I don't like camo wraps, but this one's pretty good.
Hey Max, look, it's your bumper that broke off your car. When you put it in a ditch.
Oh, I was like, I haven't broken the one off my cruise. All right, so here goes the depressing one. Fun fact: the Phantom Menace is the same age in 2021 as New Hope was in 1999.
What? Wait.
Yeah.
So it's the same age as New Hope. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Dang.
You just think, Clone Wars or the
Attack
of the Clones. Thank you. Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith are coming up
right
too.
behind it. Dang.
We're old.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah. Here's another thing. Feel old yet?
Oh, okay.
I might have to.
Oh, look at that. You see that? Yu-Gi-Oh! That was my thing, man.
Dude.
Loved me some Yu-Gi-Oh!
Do you know who that is?
I do not.
Freakazoid. I never watched the Mask.
I didn't know
cartoon.
there was a cartoon Mask.
But
I've seen the movies, like the Jim Carrey ones.
Oh yeah, well I think those are the best.
Those are hilarious.
That's a huge throwback. I don't think
that's not Sonic's.
No. So this is not Speed Racers.
I've seen them.
Wacky Racers. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
Wacky Racers. That is from 70s and 80s cartoon. Why is that up there? I don't know.
Well, there's
because these are, well, unless you count Donald Duck.
There's
but
Looney Tunes.
all these are within the same era, and I'll go down even more. This is like what?
Well, those are a little older.
CM. What is that? What was that channel? CM.
I don't remember. CM. I don't know. I have no clue. But yeah, these are older too.
Yeah.
Because you got He-Man and Ninja Turtles, My Little Pony. Well, My Little Pony, but got what's his name? Scrooge McDuck.
Yep.
Yeah.
Surprised they didn't have like any baby Looney Tunes in this.
Yeah, you know.
Because that was a pretty popular show too. All right. This has absolutely ruined my night. 2021 is to 2000 as 2000 was to 1979.
Oh man, yeah. Well, I mean that just puts the Star Wars one in better terms, really.
I will be pretending I never knew this information. It's talking about the.
That's crazy. That's weird.
All right. Who knows what this is? A teachable moment for an overly curious child in a car alone.
Yeah. Teachable. Teachable. That's a
if only Weston was
spicy
here.
teachable moment.
Do you remember when Weston did that and came to church with like his whole hand painted or dyed red?
No.
Oh my gosh. I'll tell the story. So he was locked, or he stayed in the car while I think Mickey went to go get something for church. And he ended up putting his finger into a cigarette lighter. And instead of putting water on it, he stuck his whole hand in a pitcher of Kool-Aid.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
I remember that.
Well, it didn't hurt no more.
All right, dad jokes. Gave my wife a glue stick instead of her lipstick by accident. She still ain't talking to me.
Oh, man.
All
That's
right.
great.
So this isn't really a meme, but I thought since we're going to go watch this movie after this podcast, I would show you this. Don't worry, it's not a spoiler. 66-year-old Willem Dafoe only agreed to return as Green Goblin as long as he was allowed to perform his own stunts and fight scenes.
Willem Dafoe is just crazy.
Which I've already seen it. Yeah. He does, and it's freaking awesome.
Willem Dafoe is, just an insanely good actor. Anyways.
Oh my gosh. And that's the thing too, and I really need you to watch this movie. We should have.
We're going right after this.
But there's so much I want to talk about on here. But
we should probably wait a couple weeks to talk about it anyway, just for spoilers' sake.
Okay, sure. But the one thing I can say is that, which is the greatest thing about this movie, is that none of these actors skipped a beat with these characters. Yeah. They literally act like they had just done it a year ago.
Right. Okay.
Like, there is no... You know, like how you have... Did you watch Rambo Last Blood?
I did not watch Last Blood.
Okay. Any of the newer Die Hard?
Yeah.
Okay. You watch the newer Die Hard and the first Die Hard?
Right.
Huge difference.
You can definitely tell the difference in the acting.
That does not have... it's just nowhere close to this. Like,
that's exciting.
Like I said, have not missed a beat. All right, well, that's memes.
All right,
well, let's talk about more about this fight. So, we planned to do it last week, and that didn't happen because he was sick.
Still getting over it, by the way.
Yes, he is still getting over it.
It's not a stomach. My stomach doesn't hurt anymore, so I'm thinking...
It's going to hurt once we're done with this.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I think I'll be good.
Everybody's like, have you been talking trash? I'm like, jokingly.
Yeah, not too much. We should go on full-on propaganda tours.
I'm not attacking him. I'm more just adding on. That's more what it is. But, so, it was raining today, so we were actually going to do it today. Mm-hmm. But it's raining, and we don't have any coverage over the backyard, and just we're filming it too. So I guess I would have to get a canopy over the camera, which I need to remind you to take that home with you.
Yeah.
But I really don't want to do this in the rain because it's going to be cold and wet, and that's the worst thing I want is to be cold and wet.
I wish we had
hurting, possibly.
I wish we had an indoor venue for it.
Well, I was talking to my coworker about it. One of my coworkers, he goes, "So you don't have a park that's got a what do they call those?
Pavilion.
Pavilion, yeah, like with a pavilion or." I was like, "Oh my gosh, yeah, we could use that."
We'd get the cops called.
Okay, but then I had the idea that we have these dome-looking things at our park.
We do.
And if we would have done it in there, nobody would be able to see us because one, we would have a crowd, or we'd have people sitting around it for one.
Right.
Two, it's Boonville. Nobody's gonna care.
Well, you say that, but people get in trouble for fights at the park.
But those are actual fights. I think if we have gear and stuff, they ain't gonna say nothing.
I don't know.
There are wrestling matches, Justin. They do it at the park on the...
I know.
On the basketball court.
I know. But still, I don't want to...
Then...
I don't want to draw unwanted attention to the podcast.
What?
I don't want to draw any negative attention to the podcast. You know what I mean?
No.
Of course you don't. We could just do it at my house. We could just do it at my house.
This whole thing should have been a negative.
Negative? I think it's a positive.
But another thing is that we told two of our buddies, or I did, two of our buddies. I invited three because it's JC.
Right.
Only once, and I specifically said in the text, hey, only you three, because we're all going to have Weston and Molly there.
Right.
And so I said, only you three. And capital.
Yeah.
Capital.
Point blank.
Well, we ended up canceling it, and then I go to Jordan's house party, and I had over probably 10 to 15 people ask me, so we stopped by his house, and nobody was there. I was like, okay, I don't know why you're stopping at his house, but you guys were not invited.
Stopping by my house?
Yes.
When was this?
Last week when I didn't tell them until probably an hour after we scheduled the fight.
Right.
Which was my bad again, but they still didn't. I told them, I was hinting to them like, hey, it's probably not going to happen.
Right.
But I guess they didn't tell whoever they invited. I guess they just drove by. You didn't have anybody knock on. Well, you wouldn't have known because you were
I was
dead
sleeping.
asleep.
Yeah, I was dead asleep. It's all right. The dogs could have taken care of them.
But yeah, I was like, well, hold on. How did you know about this? And they're like, oh, well, like I even woke up to 2 calls.
I mean, how many people know where I live?
Well, I'm guessing they told them.
I was gonna say, because I feel like.
But again,
close friends.
your GPS is also on Snapchat.
That's true. So. I really don't care if people know where I live, but like.
Okay, so in that case, his address.
No.
But no, I wasn't angry, but I was kind of irritated that like, hey, like I know that someone told you about it, but you didn't like. I get that I don't like going to people's other house parties unless like Jace Adams.
Yeah.
A very good buddy of mine. Let's just say Beasley or Jordan say, tell me about it. I will literally text him like, hey, is it all right if I come? If not, don't worry about saying no. He goes, dude, you're always welcome to come. And I'm like, well, I didn't hear anything. You didn't hear anything from you. But that's the thing. I always ask, and if I don't ask, I always go up and introduce myself.
Yeah, you do.
And so, but for nobody to contact you,
right?
Because it's your house for one thing.
Yeah.
Didn't contact me because I'm one of the co-hosts of this event.
Right. Like.
And nobody asked them if they could ask us to come.
Right.
Was just irritating to me.
Yeah. No, I completely agree.
And they were some of the people that you don't, and people that's not a huge surprise. He doesn't like a lot of people.
There are a lot of people I don't like. I'll pretend like I like you though. Yeah. We can get along.
Yeah. And that's the thing. And so that, back to my point, is that that's why I wanted to have it at the park, because then for the people who do want to come and that you don't like, I don't have to worry about, oh, well, they're at his house and I don't want to put that much trouble on you, but they can still watch.
Honestly, I'm thinking at this point we ought to just close it off to, who's Weston, Molly, Chase, if he comes.
If he can, but I
Maybe
want
to
at least those
camera.
two.
Yeah.
I want at least Jordan Beasley there.
I mean, yeah, if they want to come, they can.
But I'll have to tell them, like, hey,
yeah,
just shut it down, because they were like, and they were joking a little bit, but they're like, oh, well, we're gonna make some money off this. I'm like, well, if anybody's making money off of this,
we're making money off of it. Sorry,
it's going straight to this podcast. Podcast already cost us over $600. Probably not that much. Probably $400.
Yeah, okay.
Which might be $600. Just a little irritating. I'm not mad at anybody. I'm not angry at anybody.
Right.
That's just one of my pet peeves, is that, especially, I do have boundaries. I know it seems like I don't.
No, Max has pretty strict boundaries for himself, actually.
Well, it's
when it comes to being respectful.
Yeah, it's a respect thing, and that's a thing that is huge in my family. Well, my dad's side. I don't know about my mom's side, but my dad's side. Dad's gonna be like, I don't. It don't matter. But no, I like, one of the calls was somebody that you don't like, And I called them. I'm like, how did you know about this? And she goes, well, I already know where he lives, but I just don't. And then they had the audacity to ask us to push it to like 7, 8 o'clock.
Yeah, no.
No,
we don't build our schedule around it. It'll be dark.
Yeah, and they go, but why? And I'm like, well, one, it'll be dark. And they said, well, you can use spotlights. I'm like, Dad, no. Okay.
Max won't be able to see me in the dark. I'm like camouflaged in the dark.
Well, that, and two, I don't know if y'all noticed, but a spotlight on a very, very pale white man.
Oh gosh, blind me.
It's like looking at the Nova sun. It's like it's not good.
I'd be blinded. Unfair advantage.
Two, the camera quality for that it would not look good either.
No, it wouldn't.
But they're like, well, I have something to do at like 3, and I'm like, okay.
Come. It's all right.
You weren't really invited to begin with. Yeah. And, this won't be posted till tomorrow, so if anybody's feelings are going to get hurt, I mean...
I don't care.
Yeah.
Hurt your feelings, I really don't care. I'm sorry. Actually, no, I'm not.
But, it's not that... I mean, I am sorry that I'm talking like this, but it's just... There are boundaries that need to be... We gotta stand firm on boundaries when it comes to stuff like this.
Right. I mean, that's my house.
That is his house, and that's the thing. Like I said, I didn't want to invite people that you don't like. That doesn't make any sense.
Like, that is do not show up to my house uninvited. You know what I mean?
Yeah, only I can do that.
Yeah. You also have a key. That's
yes, I still do.
I sure hope you do.
Yes, I still do. Well, I didn't know.
Oh,
I
it might have been on the truck keys.
Yeah, I didn't have any. Luckily, I didn't have any house keys on my truck keys. But yeah, but yeah, that's like it's like a Chandler from Friends inviting Janice to Joey's party or something.
Or all of Ted's girlfriends being in all the pictures.
Yes. I just watched that too. But yeah, that was my thing. I was like, well, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, so they could come. So that's why I want to do it at the park. And there'd be parking, and people can be there.
They're also fighting on concrete then.
I don't know.
They're concrete.
Well, the dome things I don't think are concrete.
Yeah, they are.
They are?
Yeah.
Well,
they also have picnic tables in there. That doesn't matter.
Don't worry, if you're knocked out, you ain't going to feel it anyways.
Yeah, you're going to be the one worrying about that.
Do we want to go ahead and discuss on do we want to go ahead and decide the rules now? Just so we can make up time. We've got probably 15, 30 minutes left.
Yeah, we can go ahead and talk about the rules now.
So, how long do you want to do this fight? 7 or 8 rounds? Because for some reason, people don't even want to watch it if it's 5.
Why? I'd say 5 rounds is good.
Well, if we do 8 minute round.
8-minute round. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
8 round 1 minute. So 8 minutes.
Okay.
That's what I was actually thinking.
Okay, we could do 8 round 1 minute.
Yeah.
How long are the what are they called in boxing? Intermissions?
1 minute.
Okay.
So,
yeah, 1 minute on, 1 minute
that's
off.
the thing too I'm worried about. I'm hoping, because I really don't want anybody else reffing this, and it's nothing personal. It's just Weston knows this pretty well to when if one of us are...
Yeah, he can stop the fight. He knows.
He knows when one of us can... Because I guarantee you, especially me, I know when not to stop. I don't know when to stop.
Yeah, same.
So Weston is actually pretty good at doing that. Can't say much about Jordan or Beasley though.
Right. But Weston has a different relationship with us than they do.
Yeah, and I've already said the same thing to both of our parents, and they felt really comfortable with it. So I think everybody's comfortable with Weston doing it. Yeah. And Weston also he studied the rules to it. So this should be that's funny too.
I think that's funny because I don't know the rules of boxing.
Speaking of, I'll go ahead and text him and see if we can figure that out. But
throw punches, block.
Yeah,
that's all I got.
But yeah, that's one thing. So 8 rounds, 1 minute. 1 minute
in
total.
rounds.
8. Well, if we do 1 minute intermission, so
no, in total 16.
So 16.
Well, 15. There won't be an intermission after the last round.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
15. Yep, 15 minutes. I'm down for that.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
And so it should be muddy, so that should make it another thing.
That could be fun.
So yeah.
I'm just excited to see where it goes.
Yeah, me too. Don't forget,
it'd be cool if we could almost make it like I don't want to be too ambitious here, but if this podcast goes on for a while, if we could end up making this like a yearly Christmas tradition, like Christmas beatdown. And then we can just add to it.
I'll be okay with that.
I think that'd be awesome.
Well, let me tell you, having this fight, I've been waiting to get it over with, and there's one reason. My coworkers want to fight. They think we're actually trying to kill each other, and they're like, and so I have this one guy. I'm not gonna say his name, but he's like 4'5", and he's like, "Come on, dude, let me." And he drinks like powdered sugar, whatever the flip it is, that protein shake stuff.
Oh, he drinks powdered sugar.
Anyways, whatever the lifters drink that I think have
sugar.
that I think have no effect. My dad drinks the same thing. I forgot what it's even called.
No, I know it's like protein shake.
It's powdered sugar. You ask me.
Powdered sugar.
That has the label no sugar.
Oh my gosh. Pre-workout. Pre-workout.
Sure. We'll say that pre-workout. But he lifts a lot, and he's like, "No, come on, I've got my own boxing gloves." I'm like, "Dude, I would kill you."
You're 4'5".
He goes, "Well, and he says, I won't even use headgear. I'll let you use headgear, but I will use headgear." And I said, "Okay." He goes, "I don't use headgear at all." I said,
"Well, we can tell, bud."
I did say that, so I can tell. He goes, "Oh, I mean, I know I've got a plate in my head." I'm like, "That's not what I was talking about." He goes, "Well, I don't think I look that bad." I said, "That's not what I was talking about either." He goes, "You know, I have a pretty high IQ." I was like, "Yeah, okay."
Okay, yep.
And after he said this, he goes, "Well, just to let you know, reach is not an advantage." And I said,
"Reach isn't an advantage."
And I said, "Well, there you go, bud. That just proves your IQ is at a 5.
It is, okay. I mean, you gotta be dumb to say reach isn't an advantage. I mean, it's not the end-all, be-all for a fight.
Yeah.
Like, as long as the person that doesn't have reach can get inside.
He does weigh probably... he says he weighs 20 pounds more than I do. He probably weighs at least 10. I'll give him that.
Okay.
Because his arms are big.
Right,
but at the same time, you
gotta be quick enough to get in.
4'8".
Yeah. You gotta be quick. I got a buddy at work that he used to box. And he was talking to me. He goes, "Yeah, well, when you get done with your buddy, you can just come on out to my house." He just bought a new house.
No, you invite him to your house.
It's like, "You just come on out to my house, and I'll show you how to do it." I'm like, No. Yeah. You stay away.
Right. Yeah, but last night, he was going on and on about it. He goes, "I even got my own boxing gloves." I'm like, "Dude, he goes, "See, you just don't want to fight me because you're scared." I'm like, "I'm scared I'm going to kill you." Like, I'm okay with what? I honestly, because like you said, there are times with this coworker, there are times I like him and I'll talk to him. But then there's times I don't like him. And that's most of the time. So, if I'm going to fight him, I'm going to fight to knock him out.
Yeah.
Just because.
Yeah.
So,
but I don't like
knowing me and how I feel for him, I know I'm going to give him the hardest punch I can give him. and possibly hit him in the temple and kill him. That's all I'm saying, and that's my fear. I don't want to do it. That's why I'm okay with fighting you, because I know I am gonna pull back my punch somewhat. But
yeah, I mean, it's a weird thing. I've been asked about it a lot. People are like, "Oh, you're gonna pull your punches. Oh, you're gonna pull your punches." I'm like, probably a little bit. I just sent that to you so I could remember it for later.
Oh, okay.
Save it real quick. Yeah.
Well, we got that 24-hour thing.
Oh yeah. But like, I'll probably like unintentionally pull my punches a little bit, but like,
no, go ahead.
I'm not going to on purpose. You know what I mean?
I will, because I know how hard I can punch.
Well, I can punch pretty good too.
Yeah, but do you remember the machine at the bowling alley?
No.
I gotta not. What? You do not remember the punching?
The punching bag machine, the one that looks like a little speed bag. Yeah, those are fun.
That's the only thing I can measure my punch, and I got a 925.
Yes, a little arcade game is the only thing you get. How accurate?
Well, you only got like what, a 800?
I got like an 850. I got a pretty good one that surprised me.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, no, like, and then everybody else, like, there was another guy at work, you know him, Potts.
Oh, okay.
He goes, "You are not going to fight Max." I go, "Yes, I am." He goes, "You would kill somebody that laid a finger on him." I go, "Yeah, and he would kill anybody that laid a finger on me." I go, "But we can do it to each other."
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I don't think. Yeah, like I said, I don't feel comfortable fighting anybody else, because I know, one, I'm not gonna kill you, for one thing.
No,
yeah.
We're both too stubborn to die anyways.
Weston, I mean, same thing goes for Weston. Now, if it was Jordan or Beasley, I don't know. It just depends if...
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. But, well...
that's a joke, ladies and gentlemen. We're completely kidding.
Obviously.
That's our family group.
We don't get much closer than we are as a group.
Just in case they ever listen
they
to
don't
this.
Listen.
They don't listen to this.
we're very close.
Beasley is way too famous to listen to this.
We're as close. Yeah, the guy that has the least amount of views. Like our bottom two videos are both the ones where he's the guest.
That's the greatest thing. And we told him we asked him to advertise it,
and he didn't. He's a nut. But all right, so switching gears.
Yeah, go to what you were wanting to talk about.
Well, I think that'd be better off podcast. No,
is it something that we can get fired over?
I think it might be.
That?
I think it might be. That's why I want to talk to you off podcast. But
well, go ahead. Let's go ahead and talk about it now, because I could cut it out.
Okay. We can get in trouble for fighting each other. If somebody has an issue with it or something and sees it at work, turns it into HR, we can get in trouble for that. Like, we can get fired for it because they're beating up on other employees at the same company. I don't know the exact logistics of it.
Well, here's the thing.
We also
How many
haven't expressed that, like, we haven't said where we work.
That's what I'm saying.
So I think we might be fine. So, I don't know. And I mean, what's going to happen? We're going to get sitting down to HR. We're going to be like, we're best friends. We do a podcast together. We wanted to box.
People fight all the time, though. That's the thing, and they haven't gotten fired.
Yeah.
I think we'll be
okay. Yeah. I think we'll be all right. I just wanted to make sure we.
I think we can. I think this can stay good.
Okay.
I don't think.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait, did we mention where we work?
Did I just say it? I didn't say it. We'll have to listen back.
I'll listen back and take it out. But
okay.
But no, I think we'll be okay.
I think we will too, but that is a possibility.
But another thing is, a lot of people don't listen to our podcast. Well, at least at my job, I think.
Yeah, no one listens.
I don't think it. I think it will be.
I think it'll be okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
So back to where were we at?
Well, we were talking about the fight, but I gotta.
What?
Well,
go on.
No, we can do more about the fight.
No. I just want to hear because this is the last thing I had to say.
Oh, well, go ahead.
It's also gonna be muddy. So,
yeah.
What time do we plan on doing this?
I don't know.
Are we going to do this right after church? I would say let's do it right after church.
Yeah.
Reason because if we eat and do this, that could be really bad.
Yeah, we could get done with that. Go get some Mexican.
If we're awake.
If we're awake.
I love making that joke.
Do it right after church. That'd be nice.
Okay.
Cool.
Yep. So again, his address is.
Yeah. I tell you what, it kind of worked out that we didn't do this last week because I taught the kids last week on Sunday. I would have come in and taught the kids about the love of Jesus with a bloody nose and a black eye.
Shoot! I forgot to bring the car. I don't think it's gonna be really hard to get a black eye with these headsets.
Oh yeah,
they go like that.
Oh,
I know nobody. Look up Everlast headgear. I got the most expensive headgear that Academy had.
Just so we can, keep everybody's mind at ease.
Yeah. The only thing that's cheap about these fights is probably our mouth guards.
Yeah, where'd you get yours?
I got mine at Academy.
I got mine at Walmart.
I got it's a double. It's a double. And it's a lip guard as well.
I was going to say, did you get a binky? We always call them binkies.
Well, it's all one thing, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's got an air tube.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I almost got one of those, but the only ones they had at Walmart like that were, big black ones with, white spiky teeth on it. And I'm like, I'm not wearing that.
This one is all white, and it just has the hole in the middle.
Yeah.
So,
I just got a plain old blue mouth guard.
Okay. But yeah, I feel comfortable doing it.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited.
Like I said, if somehow HR finds about that,
we can talk out of that. That's, literally they'll come do what? We're not publicly saying the company's name.
Yeah.
It's not being tied to the company at all.
Yeah, I know this for a fact. None of our previous episodes have where we work.
So, yeah. And so they can't even be like, oh, well, you're making us look bad, because not really.
Unless we wear a logo on the side of our shirts or...
Yeah. Make sure all logos are put
Make sure that you change into something that you're willing to get muddy into, just in case.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Don't wear something.
See, I'm thinking about wearing my rubber boots as well. Because I really would... I'm
going to wear my steel toes. I'm going to kick you while you're down.
I just cleaned these, and I really don't feel like getting them muddy right now, so I might just wear my rubber boots. But then I'm like, oh, man, will I ever get any traction? I'm like, I don't think it matters.
I'm just going to wear my my snip toes that are muddy anyways.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the fight. That's the update on the fight.
So, nobody, again, can we go ahead and do the bracket, or do we have time?
We can go ahead and do the bracket.
You know what? We didn't have anything on it. So do you want to wait another week and try? Because I honestly didn't even.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. One more week, and then we'll try. And if we don't get anything next week, we'll just use our answers.
So, just to kill the lit, probably the next 10 minutes, because I really don't want to go a whole hour, but it looks like we're already there. Do you have any expectations for this?
For what?
Movie. And the fight.
Oh, well, the fight, yeah. I'm saying, 3 rounds and Max is out. No.
I say it's gonna be one punch and then you're gone.
I'm gonna give you the. It's gonna be a 2-hit fight. It's gonna be me hitting you, you hitting the ground.
Oh.
No. I'm really excited for this movie. I am really excited for this movie because same reason everybody else is really just wanted Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And I love the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they are. It's hard to say. Okay. Besides Spider-Man 2, none of the other Spider-Man movies come close to how much I love the other two Tom Holland
movies. I mean, I get the Doc Ock was really good.
I mean, and I like Spider-Man 1
I don't know why I like
but
3 a little bit more
my
than 2.
issue with Spider-Man 3 is that it's so cluttered. There's just a lot. Like, if they would have slimmed it down, if they would have cut out the Venom storyline, I think it would have been good.
I think Venom is what made it great.
No, I disagree.
I think the whole Harry going from bad to good was no good. But,
okay, I can see that. They needed it. I mean, because in the movie they had Sandman, they had Harry as the Hobgoblin, they had Venom.
Well, and another thing too, I didn't like what's her face, the blonde chick. I realized after watching it. It wasn't that long ago. It was probably 2 months ago. She plays in Jurassic Park. She's the redhead in Jurassic Park.
Yes.
I did not know this. I was like, huh.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just super excited for the movie.
Oh, and to add on to that, did you know that she's also the director for Mandalorian 2?
Is she?
Yes.
Dang.
She's one of the directors and producers. Yeah.
Dang, go her.
Yeah.
She can direct.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, go
on. So what I was saying was, I just like the level of filmmaking that comes with being part of the MCU. You know what I mean? It's just top tier film. CGI, the production, it's just, it doesn't get better.
How none of this goes into Oscars and is beyond.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't get it. I think they have a thing against the superhero genre.
I think they do too.
But and then to have all those returning villains from my childhood.
Oh my gosh.
We grew up watching Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin and Alfred Molina's Doc Ock and even oh gosh, what's the guy that plays Sandman?
I don't know his name.
I cannot think of his name.
I don't know his name.
But even Sandman, and then going in, I remember. I mean, we were super excited when the Amazing Spider-Man movies came out. I mean, so then seeing even though they flopped, but then to see Electro and
and that's
Lizard,
the thing too, is that
that'll be cool to see him come back. And
I'm very thankful, and I appreciate. A lot of people don't appreciate. And again, TV and movies are my life. All right, sorry, but I appreciate of when I was born, and let me get to that. A lot of people, some people are probably like,
"No, I agree. I agree."
Y'all gotta remember. Note to me. Pull up the picture now. I may still have it, just to show you. But
editor, please put up a picture. Editor.
Yeah. Oh, I do have it. We grew up with the building blocks of Marvel.
Right.
Sony's Marvel.
Right.
And then to grow up with that.
Yeah.
Because that was starting in 99, 90s.
When we were watching, the Fox X-Men movies and
these.
The Fantastic
all
Four.
of these.
Yeah. We watched
Sorry, everybody, I just showed him the picture.
We watched him grow from this, which had its
Oh
high points, and it also had really low points.
Especially X-Men.
Yeah, like X2 is one of the best superhero movies ever made. Love X2. But then, you know, you get the movies that were like Fantastic Four, you know? Like there was, so it's really cool to see what the good has like what good parts they bring from those movies we watched as kids.
Yep.
And then what bad parts they've learned from.
Yeah. And
except the Fantastic Four, because they just made it worse the second time somehow.
Yeah. That was horrible.
Gosh.
But yeah, I appreciate that how we went from that I got to grow up with that and this. I wasn't some 30-year-old that is just now watching it. It's like, because I feel like if I was that, if I was any older, I wouldn't really appreciate these movies. That's coming from me because I'm one of those people that kind of frown on the new things. But
yeah, right.
I don't really think I'd frown on these new movies as much now that I think about it. But I think there would be like, nah. Like, again, like the Tom Holland. Like, I do have some. I am a little bitter with it when it comes to Tom Holland and people. Because that's my favorite Spider-Man is Tobey Maguire. I think he's the best. But and then you look at Tom Holland. Yes, I think he's great too.
Yeah.
But do I think he's the best? Not as of right now. Well, probably now, maybe.
I do.
But whenever they come up with 4, then yes, coming up with what this next storyline is going to be. Because that's another thing. Hot topics. Kevin Feige just announced that 4 is being developed right now.
Yes.
So.
Gosh, yes, we're finally getting more than a trilogy.
Yeah. Well, John Watts. We don't know if John Watts is still directing it. Yeah, we don't know.
Else.
We don't know if he's directing it.
You know who I think would be real good? Taika Waititi.
I don't even know who that is. I don't know directors.
He directed Thor Ragnarok.
I think it should be Jim Gunn.
Okay, yeah. James Gunn.
James Gunn, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I can see James Gunn.
No, I don't want James Gunn. James Gunn.
He might make it too goofy.
Yes, that's what I don't want.
Yeah.
But again, that if I feel like that now, but yeah, I'm growing up with both of them.
Yeah.
I can't imagine being 30 or 29. I don't know. 22 is old to me, but being old and because I think I can relate a little bit.
You're 2 months away from 22.
I know. I still can. I mean, even at 21, I consider myself old. But
I feel old.
Like I said, I think I've said this before on the podcast. But once you say back when I was in school, you're old. So, but yeah. But
I think it's really. I like it.
And some of these characters on here won't ever be able to.
No, I mean, you've got... Hugh Jackman Wolverine is just one of those.
And honestly, whenever I go back and watch him, I think the guy that plays Mr. Fantastic...
He's a great Mr. Fantastic.
I don't think anybody can replace him either. Just the way he shows... I don't know.
John Krasinski.
Are you going by look or by the acting?
I think
because those are two different things. Because I think John Krasinski looks looks really good as Mr. Fantastic. But will he be able to portray that character? I don't know.
I think he can. He's got a very wide range as an actor.
I don't know.
It'll be hard to beat.
It will be close, though. I will give him that.
I think that the Mr. Fantastic issue would be more like the, more like a Joker issue, where it's like apples and oranges type thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Another one was Blade, which they are coming out with.
Blade.
They are coming out with a new one, and I don't know how I feel about that because the original Blade movie is really good.
So good.
And hopefully he has a cameo in it.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, and I would prepare you, but again, and I'm going to point this out, I missed 10 to 15 minutes of this Spider-Man movie because I overslept, so I can't really say.
Right.
But and again, I don't think I was very paying attention to the background and stuff because the movie's just that good. But I don't think they did a Stan Lee cameo.
Oh,
well, I don't think they did a picture or nothing.
I don't think they did. Spider-Man Far From Home, I think, was the last one. I don't think they did one in Black Widow or what other movies have come out?
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi, yeah, no.
I'm kind of glad he wasn't in it. Well, I think it'd be pretty hard to get even that one.
And Shang-Chi. I can imagine.
Well, that. Again, they did have him in space.
Yeah, they had him talking with the Watchers. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really excited.
I'm trying to think. Where was he from Far Home?
Far From Home? He was yelling out the window. No, that was in Homecoming. Where was he in Far From Home? He was reading a... Nope, that was... maybe Captain Marvel was his last one.
Hold on, Stan Lee. Far...
When was Stan Lee's last cameo? Wasn't Endgame.
Yeah.
Yeah, Endgame was his last one. Okay, so he wasn't even in Far From Home.
Man.
Dang. Yeah. But, I am ready to go get this movie watched. If you're ready to wrap up here.
Yeah,
gotta run back into town, go pick up the lady.
Yeah.
Right.
You still gotta pick her up?
Yeah, I gotta run back home. She's back at her house.
Okay. All right, then I'll drop this off at home too.
Yeah, we'll have time.
What time does it start again?
4:10.
4:10. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to ride together or? Oh wait, you're going car shopping afterwards. Never mind.
Well, she already went car shopping. We might go shopping, like Christmas shopping, because I haven't bought anybody's Christmas gifts yet.
I haven't either. But I do have to go to Walmart afterwards. Yeah. So I was just thinking of that. So
yeah, we'll drive separate.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks you guys for listening.
Yep.
Hope you have a great weekend.
Yep. Have a Merry Christmas.
Oh yeah, Merry Christmas.
See ya.